So make sure you have enough space. What we're gonna do is gonna kind of warm up a little bit with some odd squats. So typically we do body weight squats right here. You can go and hop in with these if you'd like to, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna move those feet around a little bit, kind of open up the stance, kind of put your knees at some 90-degree angles, get it a little bit wider, just kind of play around with that a little bit more narrow. We're just gonna get good 20 to 30 of these body weight squats. Doesn't have to be in any specific order. Just trying to move those hips around a little bit, make sure that we're standing all the way up, opening those hips, squeezing those glutes, get you some good movement in there. Hope everybody's having a pretty good day so far. Once you finish up a couple more of those squats, we're going to break it down to the ground. Do the same kind of idea with our shoulders. So what we're going to do is going to start out in your plank position. You're going to push back to downward dog. Just kind of shift left and right a little bit. Get some juice in those shoulders. Drop those knees down. Sit back in the child's pose, same deal. And then shift left and right. We're going to kind of get a nice little flow through that in that plank. Make a little bit more full circles here if you'd like to. Think about pivoting at your shoulder. Sit back. And again, no prescribed motion here. Just kind of want you to feel where it might be a little bit more tight. If you need to push it a little bit farther each direction, go for it. Trying to get some blood flowing. Obviously keep that core nice and tight in that plank position as well. See if there's any sticking points in those shoulders. Just look to mobilize around those. Go about one more flow through these. Boom. So we're going to get a little animalistic today. Do some primal crawls and the like. I'm sure Chris has shown you folks many times what that looks like, but I'm going to teach you my own. So in case you've never done one of those before, we're going to start off with your primal position. Think about hands and knees right here. We're just going to tuck those toes under, and we're just going to lift those knees up off the ground, okay? So the only contacts here are my hands, all my fingers, and toes, balls of the feet, okay? Knees are off the ground. So what we're looking for is a very good solid position right here. Your shoulder is stacked over your elbow, is stacked over your wrist, okay? Shouldn't have any bend in the elbow. We're looking to press down into the ground. Think about kind of reaching forward, okay? Nice flat back on the top, okay? What we don't want are those shoulder blades to come down to here, okay? Actively press through. Think about squeezing your triceps, okay? This is kind of our base position of what we're going to move. And we're going to add to that a crawl. So opposite hand, opposite foot are going to step forward. Very minimal step. And bring that other one, okay? We're going to reverse that, walking backwards. So a lot of people are going to have the tendency to take a big step, okay? But we just want to do very small controlled movements. What we like to think about is there a glass of water on your lower back. And we want to avoid spilling that glass of water, okay? So very controlled, just try not to tilt the hips at all. Okay, very controlled, thinking about pushing that belly button, looking at belly button straight down the ground, okay? Practice with that a little bit, forward and backwards. That's going to be kind of our base movement that we're going to work with today, okay? So we're going to do 3 different flows today. We're going to kind of just go through a few different new movements you may not be used to. That primal position, that crawl right there is going to be kind of our first new movement. So I'm going to show you what the flow will look like. We'll kind of do a round or two together slowly, and then we'll go for real, okay? So the first movement is going to be that crawl. So if you have a mat, usually we're going to start at the back of the mat in that good, strong position, okay? And then we're going to do opposite hand, opposite foot for about 4 steps, okay? That's movement number 1. Once we get up here, we're going to reverse that 4 more steps back to that starting position, okay? After we get 4 and 4, we're going to have both of those feet outside of our hands, okay? And we're going to stand up, Okay, that's what we call a gorilla hop. So we are in that primal position. We just finished our last step back, and we're gonna hop both hands to our feet and stand it up. Okay, and that is segmented. So if you don't quite have the mobility to get those hands right next to those feet into that good deep squat, that is not an issue. All right, get those feet as far as you can, and we'll stand up from that. All right, the only thing I ask is that if you do get to this position, think about lifting your hips or your chest up first as you stand, okay? We don't want any stripper squats coming up, okay? Chest first and then stand up. All right, so that is our second movement, that gorilla hop to stand. All right, our third movement of this little flow is a pivot lunge. So say I just came into that hop and stand up. All right, so you can see me. We're gonna take your right knee, we're gonna drop that knee in, okay? Back to standing, other knee in, okay? So I'm not actually stepping into a lunge, but I'm rather just pivoting those feet. Okay, so a little bit of internal rotation here on both feet. If your lead leg does externally rotate a little bit, those toes come out, that's totally fine. Just note that, something that we may need to work on separately from this class. Just testing mobility between our joints, okay? So wherever your feet land are pretty much the stationary points. Just dropping those knees, 1, 2. All right, and then we're back into our crawl, okay? If that doesn't make any sense, no worries, we'll go through it all together, okay? So let's go ahead and get to the back of our mat or whatever space you want to. Get a nice, good, strong, primal position. Push those hands down. We're gonna take 1, 2, 3, 4 steps forward, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 steps back. Both feet hop to hands, stand it up, dropping that right knee in, stand, left knee in, stand, both hands down, hopping those feet back. We are in primal position once more, okay? We're gonna do that again. 7 forward, 1, 2, 3, 4, walking back, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and both feet up. Stand, right knee down, up, left knee down, up, hands down, primal, okay? That's what the flow is going to look like, all right? If you want to do your crawls side to side, get a little lateral movement, you can do that as well. Feel free with it, kind of flow through it. All right, so we're going to do about 3 minutes, rotating through these 3 movements. If you want to follow along with me, great. If you want to go at your own pace, even better, okay? So we'll get up to the top, and let's go for 4 steps going forward, 4 steps going backwards. We're gonna hop up, knee down, up, and back, okay? As you're going through this flow, just want you to focus on control through these movements. Don't get really excited. Don't get big strides in those crawling steps. Don't get too aggressive on those lunges. I want you to move with intent every piece of this, okay? Maintaining good, strong position in that primal position. Good, strong lunges down. I'm gonna take this to the side a little bit. And coming out. And the second heel, hopping hands to feet, boom, boom. All right. And you can take this diagonally if you want to. All right, my position is not going to be compromised, but I'm trying to get a little bit of a range of motion. All right, I just lost my feet. So remember, opposite hands, opposite feet in those steps. Should be a little bit of a quad burn going on right now. We got just about a minute left moving through this, all right? And if you get a little bit off track, that's totally fine. Just reset and kind of refocus yourself, find out what we're doing. We're gonna get back here, just like I need to as well. Ooh, just kind of flowing through these movements. Last 30 seconds. 4 steps forward. 1, 2, 3, 4 steps back, hopping up. Last 10 seconds, trying to get one more in here. 2, 3, hop up. Last 2, 1, and relax. All right, let's take a little breath. Hopefully you feel those quads going a little bit. Shoulders feeling strong, and a lot of effort going down into the ground. So, moving a little bit differently than you may be used to. I'm certainly very winded right now. Kind of hopping up and down, even if it was 1 rep. Crazy, all right? So we're saying how to check those legs out a little bit. We're gonna teach you one new move right here. So we call a switch kick through. So I'm gonna do this from front on. So we're in that high. This one I think is gonna be all down the ground. So we're gonna be in that primal position, right? Hands under shoulders. You can do this along with me. What we're gonna do is then take our right foot. All right, that knee is gonna scrape the ground, and we're gonna come up into this finished position. Okay, where our right leg is straight out to the side, our left arm is strong, pinned back. Think about squeezing those shoulder blades together. Right arm is driving into the ground. Same situation. Our wrist is under our elbow, which is under our shoulder, pressed down to the ground. All right, not bent here, but very strong, locked out in this position. We're gonna come back through to base primal, okay? Come to the other side, right hand comes up, left hand, or left leg kicks through, boom. Think about really extending that heel of that left leg. Down hand is stabilized, right shoulder is pinned back nice and strong. Think about showing off that Superman chest and coming back, okay? So to switch these through, boom, restable, boom. All right, that's what we're looking for that switch kick through, okay? We're gonna add that same gorilla hop that we did last time, and then we have a deep squat rotation. So what this flow is gonna look like, we're gonna do 4 of those kick throughs, 1, 2, 3, 4, each side. Come back to base. We're gonna gorilla hop through. I'm gonna set standing up. We're gonna take our right hand up in the air, back down, left hand up in the air, back down, and we're ready to go again, okay? So those are your 3 movements. Switch kick, both sides, twice, hop up, deep squat rotation, okay? We're gonna do it again slowly together right here. So go ahead and get your base position. All right, remember pushing down through the ground, nice strong shoulders, good strong elbows, feeling those quads a little bit. We're gonna bring that left hand up, right foot is gonna kick through, okay? Hold that position, feel that right arm stuck in the ground, nice and strong. Come back through, replace, find that base position. The left leg kicks through, straight out to the side. All right, should be towards the end of your mat. Bring that back through. And we're gonna go one more time. Right leg through. Back to center, regain that position. Switching through, stable, stable, stable. Back through, that's twice each. Hopping both feet up. Right hand up in the air. Thoracic mobility is feeling good. Back down, left arm up in the air. Back down, back in that primal position. Right leg kicking through. Center, left leg. Center, regain position. Right leg through. Center up, left, center up, hop. Right arm up, down, left arm up, down, and hopping back. Okay, so that's what our flow is looking like. Give you a second, memorize that. Same deal, if you want to follow along with me, otherwise at your own pace. So those switch kicks are going to be tempted to kind of run through very quickly. I want you to challenge yourself by taking it slowly, really driving that base arm down, okay? That support arm, try not to get any bend in that elbow, and then find that stability with that leg kicked out, okay? So remember, you're kicking out perpendicular to where you are. So my mat is to the side for me right here, so you can watch me do those kick throughs. but you should be kicking right to the end of those 2 mats. All right, so we're gonna get that base position. We got 3 minutes on the clock. We're gonna get up into that primal hold, pushing those arms down, nice strong shoulders, and let's rock and roll. So the right side, kicking through. All right, back to base, left side, back to base again, right side, boom, base, left side, base, up and up, right rotation, big reach, down, left up, big reach, straight arm, up and back, base. All right, we're gonna take this a little faster, okay? We're gonna flip it through, these 2, all right? Nice and light on those toes. We're gonna try to push extra through the arms there. All right, put weight into those hands. Boom, boom. Make sure we're focused on that back as well. Nice and strong through that upper back. Boom, right arm up, left arm up, good. About halfway through that time. Kick through. All right, you can challenge yourself again. Take that slower, hold that position. All right. We don't have any extra weights here today, so we can kind of use tempo to change the intensity. Reaching up, good. Up and back. Boom. We're gonna do fast, slow, fast, slow. All right. Boom, boom. Up and up. Reaching up. Hopefully you're feeling those hips open a little bit more as we go through this flow. Nice and juicy. Open those hips. Stabilize in that kick through. We're gonna go one more time through. Boom. In control, find that base. Kick through. Kick through. Hold that leads your way. Boom. Boom. Up and up. Right arm up. And down. Left arm up. Down. Kicking back. Oops. And great time to end. All right. So, hopefully you're feeling pretty good. You got that blood flowing a little bit. We'll wrap things up with a little bit of stretching out here. And you probably feel a little bit more loose than you normally do at 5 o'clock on a Wednesday, don't you? All right. So we're going to kind of finish the way we started. We're going to get back into child's pose to start with. Really reach those arms out. So we started with trying to loosen those shoulders up. We want to make sure those shoulders stay loose as we finish this class. So still rocking those back and forth. All right, we're going to kick those feet up in that downward dog. Feel a little bit of those hamstrings, those calves, around those toes a lot. Those calves can certainly burn up out to that plank position. Really try to elongate those legs. All right, try to get up onto those toes. Push those feet away from you. Drop that back down in that child's pose. All right, elongate those lats. Engage a lot during those crawls. Keep that up in that downward dog. Same deal, try and elongate those legs, elongate those arms. Out in the plank. You can make those small circles if you'd like to. You're going to try to shift that weight over those hands, extend those toes, reach those legs long. Drop down, we've got one more flow through here, child's pose. Stretch it out. Up in that downward dog. And out over plank. We'll finish strong here. Reaching those toes. A little wrist mobility there too. And drop it down. All right, that's going to do it for today, folks. I am dripping sweat. What a good time. So a little bit of animalistic primal flow here for some Wednesday night strength flow. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you check the Instagram story. See yours truly giving a lot of great advice, good questions that we've got. If you got any more, send it our way. Otherwise, we'll see you folks first thing in the morning.